Antigua and Barbuda rolls out a continuous public education campaign ahead of the CCJ referendum. And in sport, a New Zealand netball legend sees a bright future for Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Ricardo Robertson. This is Caribbean in 10 for Tuesday, August 14th. I'll be back with the details after the break.
The Acura Team Penske prototypes came into the 6 hours of the Glen riding high with a win and 2 podiums in the last 2 events. In just a matter of seconds after the green, Dane Cameron in the number 6 Acura had the lead coming out of turn 1. The 7 car, with Ricky Taylor in the seat, escaped some early contact with a back marker to charge into second. Taylor was optimistic after his opening triple stint.
I am elated. I feel blessed. I'm overwhelmed with pride.
The Antigua and Barbuda government has announced the rollout of a non-stop public education campaign ahead of a referendum on whether the country should make the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, its final appellate court. The Gaston Brown administration will need the support of at least 2/3 of the voters in the November 6th referendum to join the Trinidad-based CCJ. And Attorney General Stedroy Benjamin is calling for citizens' support.
To make sure that Antiguans are brought up to date with the real purpose of the CCJ. So we're starting a campaign, non-stop campaign, from now until the day of elections on the 6th of May. I just want to talk to my fellow Antiguans and Barbudans today. Search your soul, search your heart. Are you really independent? Are you really a Caribbean person? How can you say you're independent when you don't control your court of appeal?
Benjamin also urged residents to ensure they are registered to participate in the referendum. Registration closes on August 31st. Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness says despite criticisms, the measures put in place by his government to address the country's crime problem are working. Figures released by police show that between January 1st and August 11th, murders have declined by almost 17% when compared to the same period last year. Now, shootings and rapes have also declined just over 15% over the same period. Speaking in the South Catherine, that's the St. Catherine Southeastern constituency on Sunday night, Holness said the results justify his government's actions.
So all you hear them are run up their mouth and attack. This government has sat down and calculated its response. And every response we have given have yielded success.
Over in Trinidad and Tobago now, as members of the Prisons Service await assessments and promotions, President of the Prisons Officers Association, Saran Richards, has warned the Public Service Commission that time to get those done is running out. Now, he says his membership is disenchanted and fed up.
Last time assessment was done in the Trinidad Prison Service was sometime in 2011.
In every post across all levels of the prison service, there are vacancies. Hundreds of them, says the Prisons Officers Association. It's accusing the Commission of dragging its feet while the productivity of the service is being affected.
There is a need to move quickly on this matter. This matter has the ability to undermine the overall performance of officers in the prison service. It is already doing that. Officers have already begun to drop their hands simply because they believe no matter how they perform, they are not being recognized and they are not being given their just due.
The last merit list was generated in 2016 but has since expired, as in 2017 the Commission introduced a new general order which made several changes to the marking mechanism for promotions.
Degree, masters, postgrad and so on are excessive in pursuit of those positions. The Public Service Commission is adamant that those certifications be used, which is contrary to what the tenets of the job has in it, and which is contrary to our job description.
And that report from Renessa Cutting of TV6 News. Stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. New Zealand netball legend Irene van Dijk says Trinidad and Tobago has what it takes to go the distance in the sport on the world stage. Her vote of confidence comes as the Twin Island Republic prepares for next year's World Cup qualifiers. TV6's Vinod Nawani tells us more.
Former South Africa and New Zealand netballer Irene van Dijk was recently in Trinidad, where she was doing some work with the TNT national side currently preparing for the World Cup qualifiers. Van Dijk, who represented South Africa 72 times and New Zealand on 145 occasions, thus making her the most capped player in the world, was impressed with what she saw.
I've absolutely enjoyed every minute. It has been absolutely fantastic. To see the passion and the commitment that these girls show out on court is just fantastic, and they will go a long way.
And regarding the talent in the nation, what do you make of it?
Oh, there are heaps of talent. And with coaches who are so dedicated that came to the workshops, I can only see the sport growing. The girls are committed, the coaches are committed, so it is fantastic.
A World Championships winner in 2003 with New Zealand, she visited the Twin Island nation for a netball coaching workshop hosted by the TNT Netball Association.
I'm presenting a coaching workshop for coaches who want to extend their coaching career and have different levels of coaching. So I'm just presenting a coaching workshop, and then I get the coaches to work with the kids to implement the resource and the workbooks that we've given them.
West Indies fast bowler Jerome Taylor moved his tally of wickets to 15 from 8 matches after grabbing a brace to help fire Somerset to a 29-run victory over Glamorgan and to the top of the group standing in the 2020 Blast. Playing at the Taunton Stadium on Sunday, the 34-year-old picked up 2 for 30 from his 4 overs as Glamorgan, chasing 211 for victory, were held to 181 for 9 from their allotted 20 overs. Opener Craig Mesheed top scored with 35 and fellow South African Chris Cook chipped in with 25, but the remainder of the Glamorgan batting faltered. Earlier, the hosts raised 210 for 8 of their overs, with New Zealand Corey Anderson blasting 72 from 30 balls and James Hildreth scoring 47 also from 30 deliveries. Anderson struck 4 fours and a half dozen sixes, adding 40 for the 5th wicket with Hildreth and a further 57 for the 6th wicket with Lewis Gregory, who scored 22. Somerset lead the South group with 20 points, 2 clear of Gloucestershire. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.